Hey guys, this is Book Talk with Corbin. I'm your host. Just got this book in the mail not that long ago. Immediately started reading it. I said I have to say something about this book before I finish reading it. I'm going to probably finish it easily within the next 7 to 10 days. But what I've read so far, I'm extremely impressed with it. It's good reading. It flows. It's bringing up some really important issues. If you're a citizen of the United States and you're concerned about this country's direction, if you're concerned about this country's future, you definitely need to read this book. And I'm talking about this one right here, Blackout by Candace Owens. A good many of you are familiar with Candace Owens. If you're not, you should be. She does some good commentary, analysis. She does well with debates on college campuses. I'm very impressed with her. Go to youtube.com, put in her name, Candace Owens, and a lot of her videos are coming up. I also believe she does some things with Prager University. And by the way, I'd like to highly recommend Prager University. It wasn't that long ago where a group of individuals said that they were encouraging Joe Biden to choose a black woman to be his running mate for the presidency, a black woman to be his choice for vice president. And I think making that kind of demand was ridiculous. Here we are hoping and praying that we'd have a post-racial society once Barack Obama, America's first black president, was elected. And then what did we do? We started saying, hey, we want a black woman. Some people started saying to Joe Biden, we want a black woman to be his choice for VP. And then before that time, we were always talking about the importance of a person's character. We shouldn't discriminate based on race and sex. So what do? We want you to choose a black woman. It's absolutely ridiculous thinking. Still don't quite understand it. That's just the way it is. But let me tell you something. The group of people are talking about they wanted Joe Biden to choose a black woman. They are not referring to black conservative women or black women who may be libertarian in their thinking. They're not. They're not talking about a Dr. Carol Swain. And they're not talking about a Candace Owens. And they're talking about black women who are very, very liberal, who are very much to the left. And Candace Owens is a woman, is an individual, is a black woman who's not to the left. And she makes a solid argument for conservative views. She's a 110% patriot. You need to check out this book by Candace Owens, Blackout. Let me put it up here again. Candace Owens, Blackout. You need to check that out. I wanted to conclude this short, quick review, giving a personal message to Candace Owens. I'm a peon. I doubt very seriously she's ever heard of me. I'm hoping and praying that somebody might be able to get this message to her directly. First of all, Miss Owens, I want to apologize about the comments that Dave Chappelle made about you. He criticized you and used some very pornographic language, very offensive criticism of you. I noticed that he never really dealt with exactly why he disagreed with you. He didn't give any type of intelligent response with what you were saying. And that's sort of typical of a lot of people who are on the left. They don't deal with ideas. They attack, demonize individuals. But I was particularly embarrassed by what he said. I'm a father. I have a daughter. She's in college now. She's planning on going to graduate school. And I would hope and pray that all men, at least most men, have enough self-respect and respect for her not to criticize her in such a vicious, ugly, filthy manner. I was deeply embarrassed by it. And I just wanted to apologize. I didn't do it, and I'm not Dave Chappelle, obviously, but I still was embarrassed by it. And I just wanted to apologize to you. And secondly, I noticed, been hearing some things about you thinking about running for president. I would discourage that. You've been recently married, and I know from personal experience a lot of activity, a lot of publicity, puts an added strain and stress on a new marriage. I would hope and pray that you would not do that, that you would focus on your marriage, give your marriage a priority. I'm not saying that you aren't, that you would consciously do otherwise. If you were to go into that presidential campaign and a horrible strain in your marriage, this country doesn't need that. It would hurt this country if your marriage suffered, quite possibly ended in divorce. This country would suffer. Our people would suffer. You are just that important. You're just that important to this country and our people. And then it just sort of leads me to conclude with these remarks. I hope that more people try to listen to you and understand what you're saying. I'm not even asking people to agree with what you're saying, agree with half of what you're saying or 10% of what you're saying. But I think it's extremely important that more and more people, particularly my daughter, listen to what you're saying and understand what you're saying. They have a disagreement with some of your views. They come up with something intelligent to say. They have some sort of substance as opposed to engaging in these ignorant, savage, filthy personal attacks on you. So I just say to people, listen to what the sister's saying and understand what she's saying. It doesn't take much effort to understand what Candace Owens is saying because she's very articulate. And this book, Blackout, proves it beyond all reasonable doubt. You got to get this. You got to get it, folks, and you got to read it. So I want to conclude with that. This is Book Talk with Corbin.